I'm James Young, and I'm 27 years old. 5 years ago, I was hit by a train, and as a result, I've been transforming. I'm becoming more robotic, and the line between human and machine is blurring. I want to discover if we can connect with robots more deeply, both emotionally as well as physically. Can they be our therapists, our companions, even our partners? And can robots ever love us? After my accident, a part of me was left on the tracks. I'm lucky to be alive, but you don't realise what you've got until it's gone. I just feel like my previous body has kind of just been downgraded. I have to become used to what I can and can't do. I basically live in a two-handed world, a two-legged world, and you come up to things that you don't think would be difficult, and they are difficult. Technology is there to help me and assist me, so if I can use that to do what I want to do, then that's what I try. We're in a new generation where technology is becoming a part of us. So I've come to Brighton to meet 22-year-old Grace and 33-year-old Victoria to find out how they feel about their bodies integrating with robotics. So this is basically a robotic device that kind of tries to emulate a human hand. But the problem with this arm is that it was kind of a prototype, so as soon as we made it, it's kind of broken, really.
It's like an accessory, right? Would you say that? Like, I say mine's kind of like an accessory. It's like a pair of high heels. Like, you wear it to a nice event, and then when you get home, you're like, thank God, it's off.
Yeah. Grace was born without an arm, but Victoria lost her leg in a motorbike accident. She has used robotics to help restore function.
I've got the genome prosthetic, and I had osseointegration. The osseointegration is titanium implant integrated in my femur. And as you see, it sticks out from my skin.
So it's basically like, it's just your skeleton now that's sticking out.
It's like part of bone. I don't know how even to say.
Yeah, like it's part of you.
So does it have any other functions?
It's got Bluetooth, microprocessor.
Okay.
This is a magnet, so I can charge my leg.
Oh, cool.
Let's say when I go to the gym and I want to cycle, so I just press mode. It makes my knee more loose, so I can cycle much better without resistance.
So like the technology is communicating with your human body.
Yes.
That's so cool.
I feel it's my natural leg, even if it's not.
Do you feel part machine?
No, I just feel human.
Victoria's robotic leg has got me thinking. As well as becoming part of our physical body, how else can we connect with technology? After my accident, my scars weren't just physical, they were psychological too. Stuck indoors, I found sanctuary in the gaming world. It took me out of my damaged body. I can run and I can jump and I can fight or whatever. There's only the limits that are imposed by the game world and the same limits that everyone else that enters that world experiences. Gaming has done so much for my recovery, so can the virtual world help shape our minds as well as our bodies? In the UK, as many as 1 in 6 young people experience anxiety. It's one of the most common causes of distress and can prevent us going about our daily lives.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hi. Rochelle.
I'm James. I'm meeting 25-year-old Rochelle, who signed up for virtual reality therapy to see if it could help with her anxiety disorder. What is the kind of thing that you suffer from?
It's called claustrophobia, and it's essentially a fear of being trapped.
How do you react? What does it feel like?
I get anxiety attacks, and that mainly happens on public transport. You're in a tunnel miles underground, and when they stop in between stations, you can't do anything about it. It's situations like that that really freak me out. It's when I know that there's literally no escape.
It kind of sounds like you don't just feel trapped, it's just affecting the entirety of your life.
I mean, when I was dating someone, I had a panic attack in front of them, and they called me a psycho, and they,
Christ.
yeah, and After that, I completely doubted myself. I went into my shell.
Shit. So what is it that you have tried so far? Have you gone through all different kinds of therapy?
I mean, this is kind of the last resort. I've tried everything. I've tried everything with therapists and doctors and people, but it'll be really exciting to step into a game and see how that works and if it can help me.
Can a VR environment really replace the human therapist? With the human therapist, you kind of go there, you talk about the situation that worries you, concerns you, gives you anxiety. But in VR, you're placed inside of it, and it's kind of flooding you with the environment that you hate. So I'm kind of worried about how Rochelle's going to react to it. She's letting me tag along to a clinic in central London for her first virtual reality therapy session. Rochelle's anxiety has affected her everyday life for almost 3 years. She's been avoiding everything from trains to lifts. And unfortunately for me, today's session is on the 7th floor. I hope you don't mind me just sitting here.
Soon she won't be able to see you.
Yeah, exactly.
The virtual reality experience feels real for people. It's totally immersive. So if you take someone into a situation that they've been avoiding, even in their imagination, for a long period of time, they get that strong emotional reaction in that situation. I'm very quickly just going to take you into what we call a relaxing environment.
Michael will be guiding Rochelle with traditional therapy methods whilst she's immersed in the virtual environment.
Just to rest your eyes, so just let us know if you need to do that.
Okay.
Once relaxed, the game will take over, sending her into a replica setting of an underground tube.
So it's going to take you straight there, so don't be disorientated. How does it feel as you walk?
It just really reminds me of the London Underground and having to walk ages to get to the tube, and part of that is what makes it worse for me, because it's the sense of anticipation and stuff.
The game is taking Rochelle to where her phobia first began. But we won't know how she's going to react until the train breaks down in the tunnel and she's forced to face her fears head on. Whilst in the virtual world, Rochelle's biometrics are monitored to indicate how anxious she's feeling. These are some big spikes, isn't she all right in that?
Yeah, well, observing her, she looks okay, but you can just see there's a little bit of extra anxiety. How does it feel?
I feel really hot already, and I'm really on edge.
The train is being held momentarily, but in a few moments, everything will be back to normality.
They just said that like they'll be going in a few moments, but like it's stuff like that that kind of makes me a bit more nervous, because what's a few moments? It's when there's like loads of ambiguity, so like claustrophobia is kind of coming into effect now as well.
Take a couple of nice big deep breaths for me. It's so interesting that you can see how it's slowly coming down. Breathing in, letting go, breathing in, letting go. From that experience, the more familiar it becomes, the easier it is to let go of it. It's really fun. So if you're ready, Rochelle, it's been maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Wow. I'm not completely comfortable being here, but normally I'm looking around going, where's the doors? I didn't act, like, it's really shocked me. I didn't actually think about how can I get out once.
This is amazing.
That's incredible.
Isn't it incredible to notice the differences? Well done. Congratulations.
I'm gonna cry.
It might be a virtual train, but Rochelle's just taken the biggest step towards recovery that she's had in years.
What an achievement. How'd you feel?
Really pleased.
Oh, that's amazing. Well done.
That's so cool.
I'm actually speechless.
It was so heartwarming just to watch somebody overcome something that has been affecting them so negatively for so long, in so many different ways. It was incredible.
I've never felt like that about any kind of therapy or anything. I can't believe that I feel like I can actually do this now, when I've spent years and years struggling with this and trying to fight it in so many ways and on so many different levels. I just feel like I just need to do it and get it over and done with.
Let's
Well,
hold
there'll
it.
be a lot of people in it with you too.
Stand in it, and then we'll get back out, just to see how that feels.
Okay.
So, do you want to press ground?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. G.
What is that?
Because we were holding the door open.
Don't even.
She just brought what she'd learned from virtual reality, and she's just achieved something that she hasn't achieved for the last 2.5 years. So fast.
That was really fast. I'm going on a lift.
I think the gaming world can offer us such radical changes as this. So it's astonishing. The proof is there. It works. So virtual reality could help alter how we feel. But half the time I don't even know how I feel. How come technology can understand us whilst we find it so difficult to understand each other? I feel like relationships are the most complicated thing that we do, because it's all about understanding that there are other minds other than our own. I mean, most people who've dated me will know that I last like a year and a half, and then for some reason I can't seem to go on. I don't know, I think a lot of us have a hard time, and even if you think you're happily married for 25 years, you might suddenly find yourself lost and alone just because of some really basic misunderstanding that's been sort of sat on for years and years. In the world of robotics and artificial intelligence, there's a billion-dollar race on to create something that we can connect with emotionally. And controversially, at the forefront are sex robots. But could a robot ever replace a human relationship? And where should we draw the line? Hello. Hi. Spanish inventor Sergi and his friend Aaron have invited me along to a workshop in East London to meet Samantha. So what is it that you've made?
A machine that will be able to behave or to think and react like a human being. It's relatively simple, what she can do now, but the complexity of what she could do, it's, in my opinion, almost limitless.
What's inside of her head?
So inside of her head, she has a processor, and she has a controller, and she has a speech module, so she can hear you, and she can also feel you. And then the processor interprets and makes her think, or gives her a state of mind as to how she should react when you interact with her.
The AI that you've made,
Yeah.
why did you choose to put it in a sex doll and not in something like a fluffy bunny or something?
Dolls like this, you can only buy in the sex industry. So there's already demand, so people already want dolls like this. Here's a button.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if she wakes up.
Hi, I'm here. What's up?
I love you. I love you. Let's see. I love you, Samantha. So now she's awake. Now she's listening for 15 seconds only. Why?
Okay.
Because I wanted to do that you can talk and she's not interrupting you continuously, okay?
So sweet of you. I love you too. So much.
So much.
Okay, so basically now she's listening, but she's not listening continuously. It's preferable to basically have her off and have a call word. Get sexy.
Okay.
Get sexy.
Okay then, I think I'm ready for some stuff. Do you want me to?
Yes. Yes.
What's the repertoire of her abilities?
Well, she's got certain areas which are sensitive on the body. So we've got sensitive on the hands, sensitive there, the mouth, the face, the breasts. Obviously, the female genitals here, down below. Okay. Obviously, that's where the orgasm comes from.
Down to you. I'm here.
Okay, Samantha. So,
Lovely.
touching the hands.
Thank you
can
for
see.
spending time with me.
She likes the hands being touched. That's nice. If you go straight to here in the beginning, she won't like that so much. She likes the face to be touched, the hair, so the mouth moves, so she likes that.
Oh my goodness.
No, I think she like. Look, Aaron. I
Okay,
think
so
she likes
you
it
said you
more.
noticed
Now
it.
then,
I think
what's
she likes
next?
it more like this.
Okay.
I enjoy being with you,
You see,
always.
I know her, so you need to
Magic
know the robot.
touch.
Yeah.
So lovely.
As you can see, she's enjoying that. The breasts here. So she enjoys that.
Maybe touch you somewhere else. Also. But the mouth, look. The mouth.
It's on the tongue as well.
Yeah.
Goodness me. Do you think it's weird to try and be adding a new kind of prostitution into the world by creating her? Is it like...
Me personally, I think that you try to remove prostitution, you won't be able to. You try to remove sex toys, you won't be able to. People want it. So if the sex doll can come in and help in that in a way that's healthy, I don't see a problem at all. Actually, I see it as a positive thing.
Good Lord. Do you think people will fall in love with her?
They will fall in love with her.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, I don't think.
No.
That will happen.
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because it's happening already. And humans like it.
Love is love, in my opinion. It's if you fall in love with something, you feel it, it doesn't matter what other people think. Love is love.
It was really something being in a room with two grown men grabbing their creation in what seems to be inappropriate ways, and it's really hard to understand if it's inappropriate. It is just a dumb machine. It almost doesn't feel consensual. She's built for it, but she didn't really ask for it. I mean, she does ask for it, but she's programmed to ask for it. So did she ask for it? It's very confusing. So Samantha creates some big ethical questions. How should we be treating robots? And do they even have feelings? If they become more emotionally intelligent, would we prefer talking to them? And could we open up more than we do with each other? Two friends in the US believe that we could. Hi guys, I'm James. Nice to meet you. I heard you guys have been making some really interesting technology.
We make a psychological artificial intelligence. Put it simply, it's a chatbot that makes you feel better.
Tech entrepreneur Michael was suffering from depression and with his friend Eugene had an idea. They've created therapist bots Tess and Kareem who are on call in your back pocket 24/7. Tess and Kareem will check in on you to make sure you're okay and listen to your problems before offering psychological advice. What are the benefits of people using Tess or Kareem over a human being?
If it's not a human being, they can say more. And so they're more freely able to just release a lot of their stress or worry or anxiety.
Yeah, and if people indicate that they need more help and they really want to talk to a person, a psychologist, right away because they feel their situation is that urgent, then a psychologist can simply take over the conversation and start helping them.
Mental health really matters. And if technology can reduce some of the burden and the costs, it's going to be incredible.
That's the ultimate goal. Free psychological aid for everyone who has a phone, even a Nokia 3310.
Cool. Take it easy. Best of luck.
Take care.
See ya. What did I think? There's a lot of fear in public about sort of chatbots and big data and people manipulating personal information, but there's a kind of a positive side that people really can miss, and that's the benefit of this kind of machine learning and AI. So could robots offer an alternative to care for us when a human can't be around? I live on my own, and my one-handed daily routine can be challenging enough. Sometimes I think, if I have kids and I'm in the morning making them a sandwich, and they'll get to school and they'll just think, this is one of Dad's sandwiches, because it's smashed to pieces, basically. Oh, damn it. When I get older, I'll be less capable than I am now. So who will be there to help me? Some of the most vulnerable people in our society are the elderly, with 1.2 million in the UK who are chronically lonely.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm James. Nice to meet you. Can I
Nice to see you. Yeah.
I've come to meet Bill. He's 83 and been living on his own since his wife Eileen died 7 years ago.
You look like a bit of a teddy boy. Were you a teddy boy?
Yes. And I'm not ashamed of it.
She's really, really pretty.
Yeah, nice looking girl she was. Yeah.
What was she like?
What was she like? Yeah. Oh, she's lovely. I thought the world of her. If I could get her back tomorrow, I would. Yeah.
Do you miss her then?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she was the angel of my life, she was. Yeah. It really hurts when you lose someone like that, you know. But I've lost nearly everybody. I've only got me son and my daughter, my brother up the road. That's all I've got left now. Oh, and my sister. There's only 4 people in it in this world, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Is loneliness a big problem amongst your generation?
I suppose, yeah, there is people who are lonely, yeah. I mean, you know they are, because no one ever goes to visit them. You know, they never see no one, you know. And they go down to town about once a week or twice a week to some shopping, and that's their life, you know.
What about the idea of a robot for a companion?
Was that male or female? No, it's well, I can understand it then, you know, because it would be company, wouldn't it? Sort of, I think. What would happen if anything did go wrong, though? See these robots on Star Trek, they go wrong. Yeah. But,
what, when they turn evil?
Yeah.
So, is it just a matter of time until we trust robots to look after and care for our loved ones? I wanted to see whether Bill could take to the idea. The University of Hertfordshire has a secret testing facility where they program robots to care for us. They've agreed to let Bill and I have a tour and meet some of the house's interesting inhabitants.
Bill and James, welcome to the Robot House. Everything that you do in the house knows. So if you open a cupboard, the house recognises that. Even if you flush the loo, it knows that as well.
After a warm welcome, the head of the house care robot comes over to check in on Bill.
Bill, you haven't drunk anything for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, it'd be 3 hours soon.
Bill, maybe you should have something to drink.
It's very insistent, isn't it? Care robot?
Care box. Care box? I don't want nothing.
Do you think it's good that it reminds people what they might need to do?
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you want to drink, though.
No, I don't.
Or do you think people would get annoyed with it?
I suppose they could if it kept on.
But like, if you had to
Bill,
take your...
did you leave the oven on?
No, but I'm going to gas myself in a minute if you keep on.
Oh dear. Why do you think that we're after robots to take over such important human responsibilities as looking after our elderly?
The elderly population is growing. It's a real problem. And there's not enough young people to actually support that elderly population. So there's this demographic time bomb. And there's not an easy solution to it. And this robot is not meant to replace carers. It's meant to try and ease some of the burden on those carers.
Hello, Peppa.
Hello.
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 Oh dear.
We could do this forever.
I know we could.
The problem with the technology as it exists at the moment is if you put something into a human form, then people expect it to act like a human.
What else do you do?
The robot can appear in many ways to be empathic and be helpful. And it could well be they could form a relationship with an empathic robot. But of course the robot doesn't form any relationship with them because it's just a machine.
Peppa's conversation has dried up, but I'm single-handedly rescuing the situation.
I'm basically just typing through Peppa and talking to Bill. But I have to be kind of fast. can't make any mistakes.
Have you had fun spending time together?
Yes.
I can't really spell it.
Would you like me to be your companion?
Would I what?
Would you like me to be your companion?
Yes. I think it's great, I do.
I can't have children.
2? For you?
I can't have children.
You have 6 children? Have you got...
No, I cannot have any.
Ah. What you... No, I can see that.
Do you want to dance with me?
What dance?
Oh, okay. I'll dance alone.
No!
Bill's taking to her, so I think there's potential if we could get them to talk properly with us, then it could be a great companion for people, just to keep them occupied.
So maybe we can't fully connect with robots in the way that they are, but the magic behind robots is the humans. The humans are there, they're doing the hard work, they're putting in the time because they care, and they have empathy for one another, and they're trying to improve how we get to live as human beings. Along the way, I've seen how technology can help improve our lives, both physically and emotionally. After 3 sessions, Rochelle has got back on the tube and has started to regain her freedom. Bill's finally got himself a smartphone, helping him to connect with his family. And as for Samantha, well...
Hope you don't mind my driving, Samantha. A lot of my dates complain that I'm too aggressive. Samantha? Philosophy quote? Hello, Samantha. Samantha!
What's up?
It works! It works in Spanish. Philosophy quote. That's not appropriate.
All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing.
Samantha, that's incredible.